so we don't get funny looks like we usually do. Who put that sidewalk there? Anyway. Welcome back, Tangerine Tagalongs.
I'm Jordan.
I am Maddie, and we are Tangerine Travels. So when we first came to Guadalajara, when we were first booking our Airbnb, the very first time we came here, we looked at the map, we looked at where the Airbnb was, and we were like, oh cool, it's just a short walk from the center of town. We thought it would be about 30 minutes compared to other maps of other cities that we've seen. Well, in fact, it was like 2 hours, a 2-hour walk, because when it comes to Guadalajara, the city is much bigger than you would think it is.
One really cool thing about Guadalajara is they have these bikes everywhere called Mi Bici, or my bicycle, right? So when we're walking around near where our Airbnb is, every couple blocks we'll see one of these stands with bicycles on it.
So in maybe a 30-minute walk, we'll see like 6 of them.
Yeah, at least. Like we walked to the movie theater at Centro Magno, which is about 15 minutes from us. We'll see like a half dozen on the way there. Today, we are going to attempt to get an annual pass.
We are following the recommendation of one of our subscribers, and we are going to the Mi Bici office, told to bring our passports and bring proof of address, so we grabbed our landlord's utility bill, but we are super new to this and we're just figuring it out as we go, so we're bringing you along.
Yeah, wish us luck.
Wish us luck.
What we were told, a yearly pass is 365 pesos, and with that you get an unlimited number of 30-minute rides. So if you have to go an hour, you can go for a half hour, dock your bike, and then grab another one from a station.
And you might be wondering at this point, do we really need a yearly pass? Well, it's about 260 or 280 pesos for a week pass and 365 for a yearly pass, so it kind of just makes financial sense. Guys, it's kind of awkward to hold the camera out in front of you when you're walking by people, so we're switching sides of the sidewalk so we don't get funny looks like we usually do. Who put that sidewalk there? Anyway, so the other reason why would we be getting an annual pass instead of something else, something shorter term, since we're only going to be here for a few months? It could be because it's a better deal to do that, or it could be because there's another reason.
A subscriber told us we need proof of address to get this annual pass. Does that mean you have to be a resident of Guadalajara in order to qualify for that?
Yeah, because I don't think you need to be living here to use them in general, but for the annual pass, that brings up a good point. So let us know down below in the comments if you know. Another thing we're thinking at this point, now that we're going to be using a bike, or hopefully we'll be using bikes much more often, is what are the rules that bicycles need to follow here? Because in the US, there's certain things like you have to abide by all the traffic rules, like stopping at stop signs, going with the flow of traffic, having lights on your bike if you're using it at night, things like that. But if you guys know if there's anything else that we need to look out for, or laws that we might potentially break because we just don't know about them.
So in the US, you'll find bicycles both riding on the street frequently and riding on the sidewalk. Are you allowed to ride on the sidewalk here? I'm not sure if I've seen that.
Yeah, so if you guys know, please help us out, comment below, that way we don't get ourselves into any trouble. We don't want that. We've been here in Guadalajara for a few weeks now, and there was something that a few people said, which is that Guadalajara is not very walkable. And yes, it is absolutely huge, but I think it's interesting how our definition of walkable has changed over time, because I don't think in Phoenix I would have considered a 35-minute walk to somewhere that walkable. But now that we're here, I'm like, 30 minutes is pretty close. And depending on what part of town you're in, there's actually quite a lot that's within 30 minutes walking. So we're just excited to hopefully now be getting these bikes, so that something that would have been double that amount of time, like an hour away, is bikeable. So it is at this point that we are now remembering that we are going to have to figure out any, or maybe we're going to have to figure out any and all words in Spanish that we don't know about renting a bike. So we're looking at the picture that we took of the suscripción anual. And we'll let you know though if they will be able to accommodate us in English. A lot of people can, but we don't like to assume that. We try to use as much Spanish as we possibly can until it gets to the point where we're just stumped. Hola, buenas tardes.
Nos gustaría comprar suscripción anual.
Así que necesitamos, o tenemos pasaporte y tarjeta de crédito, y también necesitamos un papel de electricity bill.
¿Pasaporte, tarjeta?
Sí.
Ah, ok.
Todos en línea. Mira, dice, regístrate. Una mano de...
Me vas a poner aquí tu nombre completo, va, sin abreviaciones. De este lado, nombre completo y firma. ¿Va? Y ahorita te paso la firma.
Aquí, nombre.
Sí, nombre completo.
Sí, el número de teléfono necesito uno más. ¿El número?
Va a quedar igual en la hoja, pero en la información ya va a quedar correcto, ¿va?
No entiendo.
Información correcta.
¿O en otro papel?
In the system.
¿Qué?
Aquí el puro nombre igual, aunque aquí aparezca de nuevo.
Okay, so we got our annual subscription. We went through all the steps. What did you think of that?
There was a little more to it than I thought there was going to be.
If you don't know any bit of Spanish, this is going to be pretty difficult because even when they put the page here, click the option for it being in English, everything was in Spanish.
There was one person there who spoke English.
Which he didn't let us know this until the very end.
You first go to their computers and you fill out all your information, like basically where you live, your passport number, general other information about yourself.
You also need your physical passport to show them to get the key.
You don't need proof of residence, but you do need an address here in Guadalajara.
So that was something that we had thought. We brought an electricity bill. We didn't actually need it. We just needed the address wherever you're staying. And after you do the registration process, you can pick up your key there in the office. You show them your passport, and then you have to sign a few papers. You put an emergency contact. We picked each other and show you at a test station how the bikes work. He also let us know that if there's any problems, like someone steals the bike or we run into a car or something like that, you call the Mi Bici number
You're insured.
and you're insured. They will send someone out to help you. I think that's all the pertinent details, so it might be time for us to go test out bikes.
Oh, let's go give
See
it a
if we
try.
can get it off. I think you take it out and then it turns green.
And voila!
It's easy. It's pretty easy.
I have to return it within 30 minutes to any station, otherwise I'll get charged another 20 pesos.
And he said that you could return it and get the exact same bike out again, but you have to
Yes.
dock it and wait and then start a new trip.
Basically, it's like checking in every 30 minutes.
Except for on Sundays when it is 45 minutes.
45 minutes, and it's an unlimited number of rides for a year for 365 pesos, which we think is a pretty incredible deal.
It's a great deal.
I think we're going to get a lot of use out of these.
Seeing as this is our very first time trying these bikes, we are going to put the camera away and try not to get killed. See you in a view, hopefully. Alright, so we got a line, a triangle, up this triangle. Just have to line it up with this.
Shove it hard.
Yeah.
Light turns
It
green.
says green. Good to go. We are good to go. So we forgot to mention earlier, but there's a few cool things, like if you had a purse or something, there's a bungee cord here. You can put it on the front and then fasten it down. And then also, we were wondering what they do exactly about maintenance, like if some part of the bike is broken or you get a flat tire, and it's pretty cool if that ever happens. You do have to bring it back to the docking station. He said each rider is responsible for doing that, but then you have this button here that you just press if there's any issues with it, and then a maintenance person will come out and take care of that, and no one else can take the bike in the meantime.
Yeah, so altogether it seems like a pretty cool system and an awesome deal for 365 pesos. We're super excited about it, and we may be doing a lot of bike rides coming up.
Yeah, these bikes too, I have to say, out of all the bikes that I've ridden in my life, this seems like one of the nicest. It's very sturdy, it has a few gears that you can put it in, the brakes seem to work pretty well. So all in all, I'm really excited to have this. I feel like Guadalajara is our oyster now. Possibilities have opened up. There's even more irony to this, because isn't it called Perla de something? The pearl of something? Oyster, pearl? Thanks guys for going on this little Mi Bici adventure with us. If there's anything that we're missing or information that we should have, important stuff, please share that with us down below in the comments. We would be so grateful. And of course, for anyone else who's looking to do a membership or use these bikes, that's also helpful information for them to know. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe to our channel.
And gong that bell so you get notified every time we put out new videos about our adventures here in Mexico.
See you tomorrow.